So, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, as of 30th of June 2018, Farsight, the makers of the Pinball Arcade game, lost their long time running license with Williams and Bally manufacturers. So basically what that means was all the Williams and Bally tables of the Pinball Arcade, which I think was about 75% of the tables, they were no longer allowed to sell these tables anymore. If you already bought them on whatever platform you're playing on, Xbox, PC, PlayStation, mobile devices, as long as you purchased them before the 30th of June, they were yours to keep, and they'd still show up in the game. But now, because they've lost a large majority of the tables, they've had to restructure their seasons, their packs now. But basically, before, the seasons consisted of anything between, I don't know, 12 to 18 tables. But now they've broken them down into like manufacturer packs. So I thought I'd just take a quick look and see what the state of the Pinball Arcade was now. They pretty much had the guts ripped out of them. So basically we've got the Gottlieb Pack 1, which, Gottlieb tables, there's not many good Gottlieb tables really. I guess the highlights of Pack 1 is probably Gladiator's Big Hurt. I know Point House is a classic, but as for deep set rules, it's not top of the table of the list really. Pack 2, it's probably worse than Pack 1 really. I mean, Wipeout maybe. Rescue's not bad, but Going Nuts is awful. Black Hole's pretty much just a reskin of Haunted House. And then down to Pack 3, we get even less tables, which probably the highlight is probably Cue Ball Wizard, which is probably the best Gottlieb table. And TX Sector, which I quite like, TX Sector. Then we've got the EM packs. I'm not a big fan of EM tables. I prefer like the DMD, the more sort of like newer tables as it were. And we're down to Stern Pack tables now, which since they've ripped the guts out of lost the tables, have actually included they've included all the tables from their other program Farsight I've got out, which is Stern Pinball Arcade. But basically it's just like keeping up more up-to-date Stern tables, and now they've included AC/DC, Star Trek, Ripley's Believe It or Not, which was originally always in there from the start in Pinball Arcade, Flight 2000, which was always in Pinball Arcade, Starship Troopers and Frankenstein. So they need 2 new additions here of AC/DC and Star Trek. And then Stern Pack 2, it got Mustang, which is another new addition coming over from Stern Pinball Arcade. Harley Davidson, that's always been in the Pinball Arcade. So is High Roller, Phantom of the Opera, which is a Data East table, and Last Action Hero. I think these are only 2 Data East tables in the pack at the moment. And obviously Ghostbusters, which is probably the best Stern table. I like Ghostbusters and Star Trek the best out of the Stern tables. Then Alvin G and Co, not really clued up on these tables at all, so skip them. Doctor Who, probably worst table in the whole Pinball Arcade. It was a reskin, but actually Farsight did himself, which wasn't great. And now here's a real gut punch, is legacy tables. So basically all these tables are the tables that are now no longer, if you haven't purchased them, no longer in the Pinball Arcade. And look at them, there is a lot of them. How many tables are on the line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. So there's about 80 tables. Yeah, it's about 80 tables. 80 tables. So we've got Arabian Nights Classic, Fit of Magic Classic, Bride of Pinbot Classic, Medieval Mad Classic, Circus Volatile Classic, Funhouse Classic, Gorgar. I think it's the first Pinball Arcade game with speech. Monster Bash Classic, Black Knight Classic, all those superseded by Black Knight 2000, which was a better game really. Creatures in the Black Lagoon, classic. Taxi, Elvira, No Good Gophers, probably the first not so great table we come across. Scared Stiff, one of the best. Twilight Zone, classic. Dr. Dude, never been a fan of Dr. Dude. Firepower, that's okay. Cactus Canyon, classic. Space Shuttle, Whitewater, Senator, Pinbot, Championship Pub, Whirlwind, Terminator 2. I mean, the list just goes on. Fishtails, Black Rose, Black Knight 2000, Whodunit, High Speed, Junkyard, Diner, Dracula, Party Zone. Didn't like Party Zone that much. Earthshaker, not a great fan of that neither. Adam's Family, probably the most popular pinball table ever manufactured. It's no longer in the Pinball Arcade. Cyclone, Jackpot. So now we've got the Pinbot trilogy. Exion, Red and Ted's Roadshow, Safecracker, The Getaway, Tomcat, No Fear, not a great fan of that. Judge Dredd, Fireball, not that great. Hurricane, not that great. Indianapolis, okay. 8-Ball Deluxe, Doctor Who, Swords of Fury, Lion Man, Paragon, Firepower 2, World Championship Soccer, which was World Soccer. They just had to rename it to the license, which is very apt at the moment, seeing that the World Cup's on. Fathom, Spanish Eyes, Wild Cars, Sorcerer, and the last table to come out, which everyone was pining over for ages as they kept hammering on to Farsight to get, which was Bonanza Run, which finally they did get out just by the skin of their teeth before they lost the license. So yeah, that is a lot of tables that are now ripped out of the Pinball Arcade. You know, where do they go next now? You know, I think they should concentrate on Stern, the more recent Stern tables, to try and keep the interest up. Maybe look at getting Data East, who Stern now own, more some of their tables, but a lot of them are licensed tables, so I don't know what the likelihood of them coming over is, but they did get Last Action Hero without any need of a Kickstarter or anything like that. You know, maybe look to Capcom. They didn't have many tables up, but they had a few, like Kingpin. What else did they have? They had a few. There's one that's slipping my mind, which is a much requested table. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, just a bit of a shock really that they've lost all these tables, which is a lot of them, and there's pretty much all of them are classics. But yeah, hopefully Farsight can keep on going, releasing. Well, obviously they're never going to hit the highs of these tables, but hopefully they can carve out some classic Stern, modern Stern tables. I'd love to see, you know, Simpsons Pinball Party, Tron. That's another classic. I like Spider-Man. A lot of Marvel tables they've got. Iron Man's pretty good. But yeah, I think that's what they're going to have to do. And apparently they said that going forward, day and date, any new Stern actual physical pinball tables come out, they'll be releasing them on the Pinball Arcade day and date with the release of the proper physical table. So that's something to get excited about. But yeah, guys, a bit of a sad video this one, but that's the game you play when you get involved in licenses and stuff. Never always lasts forever, and when it goes, it can spell disaster. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.